Tacoma, a city whose name echoes across the waters of the Puget Sound, nestled in the shadow of the majestic Mount Rainier. Here the city's skyline rises against a backdrop of snow-capped peaks, and the streets pulse with a unique energy that is both vibrant and contemplative. Tacoma sits on the edge of the Puget Sound, its waterfront a meeting place of land and sea. The city's shoreline is alive with the calls of gulls and the gentle lapping of waves, a constant reminder of nature's presence in urban life. It's a place of stunning beauty, where the first light of dawn paints the city in gold, and the last rays of sunset cast long shadows over the water. The natural world is never far away, and it shapes the rhythm of daily life. Towering mountains meet the sea in a dramatic embrace, creating a landscape that inspires awe and reflection. The horizon here is a constant interplay of earth, water, and sky. The aroma of evergreen forests fills the air, especially after a rain. Parks and green spaces are woven into the city's fabric, offering quiet refuge and a reminder of the wildness that surrounds Tacoma. Tacoma was once a bustling hub of industry, its docks and warehouses alive with the sounds of commerce. The city's history is written in brick and steel, in the old factories that line the waterfront and the rail lines that snake through its heart. Shipbuilding and logging were the lifeblood of the city. Generations of workers built their futures here, shaping not just Tacoma's economy, but its identity and spirit. People came from all over, drawn by the promise of work, the hope of a better life, and the chance to be part of something bigger. Tacoma's streets have always been a crossroads where cultures meet and new stories begin. There was a sense of hope here, a promise of prosperity that echoed in the laughter of children in city parks, and the determination of workers heading to the mills. Tacoma was a place where dreams felt possible. But today, Tacoma tells a different story. The city's weathered streets and shifting skies reflect a community in transition, grappling with challenges that are both new and deeply rooted. The city is grappling with a growing crisis, one that is impossible to ignore. It's a crisis that touches every neighborhood, every block, and every resident in some way. It's a crisis that's visible on its streets and hidden in its shadows. For some, it's a daily reality. For others, it's a distant worry. But for Tacoma, it's a challenge that demands attention. It's the crisis of homelessness. Tents and makeshift shelters have become a common sight, a stark reminder of the struggles faced by many in this city of contrasts. The bustling downtown area, once a symbol of progress and prosperity, now bears the weight of this crisis. The contrast between new development and human hardship is impossible to miss. Amidst the gleaming skyscrapers and trendy cafes, a different reality unfolds. The city's prosperity is shadowed by the visible presence of those who have been left behind. On the sidewalks, tents form makeshift homes. Each one tells a story of hardship, resilience, and the search for dignity in the face of adversity. Under bridges, people seek refuge from the elements, carving out a fragile existence in the shadows of the city's infrastructure. Tacoma, like many American cities, is caught in a painful paradox. It is a place of opportunity and struggle, of hope and hardship, where the promise of the past collides with the realities of the present. It's a city of contrast where prosperity and despair exist side by side. Tacoma's story is one of beauty and challenge, resilience and change, a city searching for balance in an ever-shifting landscape. Walk down certain streets in Tacoma, and you'll encounter a stark reality. The city's vibrant energy is undeniable, but just beneath the surface, another world exists, one that many pass by without a second glance. Here the sidewalks tell stories that rarely make the headlines, stories of struggle, survival, and hope flickering in the shadows. Shopping carts overflowing with belongings line the curbs, each one a makeshift home, a rolling testament to lives uprooted. These carts are more than just metal and wheels. They carry memories, necessities, and sometimes the last remnants of normalcy. Sleeping bags tucked into doorways offer a fragile barrier against the cold. Each doorway becomes a temporary refuge, a place where someone tries to find a few hours of rest amid the noise and uncertainty of the city. The faces of homelessness are etched with hardship, their expressions shaped by days and nights spent searching for safety and dignity. Every wrinkle, every glance tells a story of battles fought and dreams deferred. The scent of campfires mixes with exhaust fumes, drifting through the air as people gather for warmth and companionship. These fires are both a comfort and a reminder of the precariousness of life on the streets. The sounds of the city, traffic rumbling, sirens wailing, distant music, are a constant backdrop to their lives. For those living outdoors, these noises are inescapable, a reminder that the world keeps moving even as they struggle to find their footing. These are not just statistics. They are human beings, each with a name, a past, and a story that matters. Their presence on the streets is a silent plea for understanding and compassion. They are someone's son or daughter, mother or father. Families huddle together, clinging to each other for comfort and strength, trying to hold on to hope in the face of overwhelming odds. A young woman sits on a milk crate, her belongings scattered around her. She watches the world go by, her eyes searching for kindness, for a moment of connection, for a chance to be seen. A man pushes a shopping cart, filled with his life's possessions, moving from block to block in search of a safe place to rest. Each step is heavy with the weight of loss, but also with the determination to keep going. Their eyes tell stories of loss, resilience, and a desperate longing for a better life. In those eyes, you can see the pain of yesterday, and the fragile hope for tomorrow. These are the shadows on Tacoma's sidewalks, a stark reminder of the human cost of this crisis. Each shadow represents a life, a story, and a call for us to look closer, to care, and to act. Meet Sarah. She's one of the many faces you might pass by on the streets of Tacoma every day. Her story hidden behind tired eyes and a hopeful smile. Sarah once worked as a waitress at a bustling local diner, serving regulars and sharing laughs with co-workers. But when the pandemic hit, the restaurant closed its doors for good, and Sarah's world changed overnight. She lost her job, and with it, her sense of stability. The savings she had quickly disappeared as rent and bills piled up. Soon she found herself packing her belongings into bags, unsure of where she would sleep next. The city she once called home became a maze of uncertainty, each day a struggle to find food, shelter, and safety. Despite the hardships, Sarah holds on to hope. She dreams of finding steady work again, of having a small apartment where she can feel safe and secure. She imagines a future where she can rebuild her life, reconnect with friends, and maybe even help others facing similar challenges. For now, she keeps moving forward, one step at a time. Then, there's John. He's a veteran who served his country with pride, but the scars of war linger long after the battles have ended. John struggles with PTSD, and the trauma he carries makes it difficult to keep a steady job or maintain relationships. The transition to civilian life was harder than he ever imagined. For John, a local support group for veterans has become a lifeline. Here, he finds understanding and camaraderie among others who know what he's been through. These meetings offer him a sense of belonging and hope, even on the toughest days. And then there's David, a young man who recently aged out of the foster care system. With no family to turn to and few resources, David faces adulthood alone. Each day he navigates the city's streets, searching for a safe place to sleep and a warm meal to eat. The uncertainty is overwhelming, but he refuses to give up. David relies on the kindness of strangers and the generosity of local food banks. Volunteers offer him not just food but a sense of dignity and compassion. These small acts of kindness remind him that he's not invisible, that there are people who care about his future. These are just a few of the faces of homelessness in Tacoma. Each person you see has a unique story, a series of events, choices, and circumstances that led them here. Some lost jobs, others lost family, and many lost hope along the way. But all of them share a desire for stability, dignity, and a chance to start over. Their stories are a powerful reminder that, behind every statistic, there's a human being with dreams, fears, and the potential to thrive if given the chance. In Tacoma, the crisis is real, but so is the resilience of its people. How did Tacoma reach this point? The reasons are complex and interconnected. The cost of living has skyrocketed, wages have stagnated, affordable housing is scarce, mental health services are underfunded and overwhelmed. Addiction, often a consequence of trauma and despair, tightens its grip on vulnerable individuals. The systems meant to support those in need are strained to the breaking point. The pandemic exacerbated these challenges, pushing more people into economic hardship. Job losses, evictions, and health crises became all too common. The safety net, already frayed, was stretched thin. Tacoma's story is not unique. It's a microcosm of a national crisis, a reflection of systemic failures and societal neglect. The impact of homelessness is, honestly, pretty profound. It affects not only those experiencing it, but also the entire community. Businesses, struggle with the perception of safety. Residents grapple with feelings of compassion and frustration. The constant struggle for survival really takes a toll on physical and mental health. Exposure to the elements, lack of access to hygiene, and inadequate nutrition weaken immune systems. Trauma and stress become constant companions. The emotional toll is, well, immeasurable. The loss of dignity, the feeling of invisibility, and the constant fear for one's safety leave deep scars. Homelessness is a humanitarian crisis that demands our attention and action. Tacoma is not alone in its struggle with homelessness. From bustling metropolises to rural communities, cities across America are grappling with this crisis. The faces may change, but the underlying issues remain the same. In San Francisco, tech wealth casts a long shadow over tent encampments. In Los Angeles, Skid Row stands as a stark reminder of the human cost of poverty and addiction. In New York City, families huddle in shelters, their dreams on hold. The causes are complex and interconnected, but the solutions require a collective effort. We must address the root causes of homelessness, poverty, lack of affordable housing, mental health, and addiction. In the face of such immense suffering, it's easy to feel overwhelmed. But despair is not an option. We must choose compassion. We must choose action. We must choose hope. Homelessness is not a choice. It's a consequence of systemic failures and societal indifference. The people living on our streets are not invisible. They are our neighbors. They are human beings deserving of dignity, respect, and a chance at a better life. We must challenge our preconceived notions about homelessness. We must listen to the stories of those living it. We must understand the complexities of this crisis. Only then can we begin to create meaningful change. We can all make a difference. Start by acknowledging the humanity of those experiencing homelessness. A smile, a kind word, a moment of eye contact can make a world of difference. Support organizations working on the front lines. Donate to food banks, shelters, and service providers. Volunteer your time and skills. Advocate for policies that address the root causes of homelessness. Contact your elected officials. Demand affordable housing, increased mental health services, and addiction treatment programs. Educate yourself and others about the realities of homelessness. The crisis of homelessness is a test of our collective conscience. It's a reminder that we are all interconnected. The well-being of one affects the well-being of all. We can choose to look away or we can choose to act. Let us choose compassion. Let us choose action. Let us choose hope. Let us work together to create a Tacoma and a nation where everyone has a place to call home.